Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price right now, as check out what's happening to the charts. With Bitcoin testing the $24,300 resistance level, you could see the price action that we have so far is very similar to how the NASDAQ closed. For those that are asking whether or not Bitcoin is ready to see continuation of the upside, so far we can make the assumption that maybe Bitcoin exhausted its rally for this specific move. You can see Ethereum is also testing a major resistance at 1980. What does that mean for the overall market? Well, Bitcoin so far is copying the NASDAQ. You can see we had this bearish daily candle, and we've tested the full range of this daily candle, exactly how the NASDAQ closed. But what's interesting is the S&P 500 is giving Bitcoin a potential scenario to even move further above the bearish candle high. And so at this point, it is a decision for the Bitcoin against SPY chart whether or not we want to see a continuation of this breakout, because you can see this is what's going to give us the earliest confirmation of whether or not we're going to be seeing Bitcoin not only break out, but start to outperform the S&P 500 and show strength against the S&P 500. But right now, we could make the assumption for the bearish case, Bitcoin has already done what it needs to do this weekend, which is correlating with the NASDAQ, which is an asset class that it's more correlated to than the S&P 500. And so, as you guys know, just to quickly wrap up this update, if we stay above 24,300, this is now opening up the door to 35,000 US dollars, potentially fill the CME gap here around 28 to 29,000 US dollars, where we have our 20-week moving average. Ethereum, you can see clearly already testing its 20-week moving average. And so for Ethereum to find some resistance here, it wouldn't be abnormal. 1980 is also a major resistance level. And so it's really going to be up to Bitcoin against SPY, as we've been monitoring, on whether or not Bitcoin can see further upside. But Ethereum right now against Bitcoin could certainly see strength above 2,000 US dollars, because we still have some room to go before we find some resistance here at 88,300 Satoshis. Now we have to make the case on whether or not we're going to be forming a lower high from the initial bull market high, or if we may even come up to form a higher high with the merge coming out on September 19th. And so we'll continue to monitor this, but for this weekend, the main point of this video is the fact that Bitcoin has already done what it needs to do, which is correlate to the equity markets, as it's following the NASDAQ so far. If it were to follow what the S&P 500 has done, it would break out even further. And what's interesting about that is it would also put Bitcoin against SPY in a position where it could start to outperform. But here's really what's holding Bitcoin back right now. You can see very different than Bitcoin against the US dollar. We formed lower highs on this chart. We've been showing weakness versus Bitcoin against the US dollar forming higher highs. And so that's the main chart to monitor. We'll also continue to monitor the Ethereum to US dollar price as it tests 1980, which is a major resistance level, which could potentially turn into support and open up the door to 3,500 US dollars. I'm here doing some yoga on this amazing Saturday evening. I hope you guys are having a fun weekend. Thank you all for tuning into the Snipers channel. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support this four-dimensional content. And Bitcoin still has the green light to break out based on how equity markets have closed the week. Remember, the S&P 500 is not only above its 20-week moving average, but it's also about to test its 200-day moving average, which for Bitcoin sits at 33,000 US dollars. And so Bitcoin is already justified to see those type of prices. MicroStrategy, by the way, one of the equities that hold the most amount of Bitcoin, is trading at the same price as it was trading at when Bitcoin was at 36,000 US dollars. So Bitcoin has more than enough green lights ahead of it to see some further upside. Let's see what happens, Snipers. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Snipers.